Just cutting it.
So Jeff, tell us a little bit about this CD. What can we expect to see on it?
It was originally more of a grab bag than it is now. When I started thinking about it, I pulled literally from programs, just blindly what my favorites and some other people's favorites were. And then I looked at the body of work that we'd amassed over the last several years, and as I began to whittle it down, I thought that some things would work on the album more than others, so that the album has a bit of a sacred feel to it with the Messiah excerpts in the Bach Christmas Oratorio. And the music is beautiful, sung in the classical style.
Can you tell us a little bit about the choir itself? What kind of music does the choir sing?
Well, this choir sings everything from nuts to bolts. We've had a great history of doing historical concerts where we tell the stories of the city of Toronto, whether immigration or other more niche stories, and we add music to that. And in doing so, we've pulled from all kinds of genres: world music, folk music. We've done Gordon Lightfoot pieces and Stan Rogers, as well as what would be considered the natural repertoire of an English choral society.
You mentioned a little bit about the pieces that the choir sang around Toronto. Is there any specific concerts that we did that was around the Toronto Choral Society or around the history of Toronto?
There have been several, but maybe I'll speak on my favorite, which is the Resting Place of Pioneers. And this is a concert that we did around a cemetery that used to be at Yonge and Bloor. And when I say at Yonge and Bloor, right there, the corner, the northwest corner of Yonge and Bloor was what they call the Potter's Field Cemetery. And many early pioneers were buried there. And eventually that cemetery was closed, and the remains of many bodies were moved to either the necropolis or Mount Pleasant Cemetery, and some at St. James as well. And really all that's left in their honor is a plaque saying, "This is the resting place of pioneers," and a bit of the story. But what we did was we went into the burial registry and we amassed 9 writers together, 8 or 9 writers, and gave them the task to pick a name from the registry, which would give you, the sex of the person, the age they were when they died, and the cause of death. And they were to invent an identity around that. So we had a concert where the stories were read, and then we dropped music in.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the gifts you can buy on Indiegogo is the Resting Place of the Pioneers book. Can you talk a little bit about the book?
The book itself. The book is gorgeous. Leslie Boyd and myself put it together. It's got incredible illustrations, pictures. This one's in color, and it contains all of the stories, which are original works, original works by some wonderful authors, many of whom are in the choir. Linda Spalding, who's recently been nominated for the Governor General's Award, was one of our writers on that one, and her story's in there. And some of them are light and funny, and others are heavy. I remember one writer was telling me the story of her person, which was a child who had drowned in a rain barrel, and she read the story and looked at me and said, "And then we sing the Welsh lullaby." And I said, "Well, some of us."
Fantastic. So I had another question. Hold on for a second. So we covered the Resting Place of the Pioneers. We covered the CD. That's very good. What else do we need to discuss?
I think you got a lot of material for a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Well, sure, but what I figure we can take out little bits and pieces here, and
Little bolt moves. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else we want to address?
Fundraising?
Okay. So we're still rolling? So Jeff, how is it best? So Jeff, how do we contribute to the Indiegogo campaign for the Toronto Choral Society?
Well, you go to the Indiegogo site and you find us, and there are many perks that you'll receive for various levels of donation. What I'd like to point out is that we have different revenue streams, and certainly the members pay a membership fee, and we sell concert tickets. That, along with some some grants from government. These things do not cover the costs of running this organization, and we rely on the generosity of people like yourselves to reach out and throw us a few bucks so that we can continue to do what we do and tell Toronto stories and be a living part of the history of the city of Toronto.
I know that one of those perks is yourself and our pianist, William O'Mara, are going to be doing a solo performance, or a duet rather.
Well, I've chosen a piece, a lovely piece, and I won't tip it off yet. It's to be the mystery piece, I gather. But yeah, we're going to record that, and the only way to hear that is to donate online through Indiegogo.
And where can we get the CD?
Good question.
So the CD will be available for purchase at the end of the concert.
The CD will be available for purchase at the end of the concert on December 12th, and beyond that you can go to our website, torontocoralsociety.org, O-R-G, and you'll be able to order it there as well.
Should we try that again with a question?
Go.
So Jeff, where can we buy that CD?
Best place to buy that CD is to come to our concert at Eastminster United Church on Wednesday, December 12th, and we'll have it for sale here. That way you can leave with the CD in your hand and hear live performance of much of what's on the CD. Beyond that, you can always go to our website, torontocoralsociety.org, and you can order it online.
Okay, thank you very much, Jeff. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Nice to meet you, Eric.